This is the Lancelot A3 L1800 DTF transfer printing machine, a bundled setup that includes the printer, a curing oven, a Windows laptop with the RIP already loaded, and starter consumables. I picked it up because I wanted a reliable way to print on both dark and light garments without messing with pre-treatment. Key features that stood out to me right away were the white ink stirring and circulation system, the A3 size with a roll feeder, the USB plug-and-print workflow, and CMYK plus white output at up to 1440 by 1440 dpi. In my opinion, this package is aimed at people who want to get rolling fast and don't want to chase drivers and software on their own. The unit looks like a purpose-built machine, even though it's based on an Epson photo printer. It's wide and low, with a sturdy metal casing and a simple push-button control panel. On the side sits the external ink tank system with separate reservoirs for CMYK and 2 white channels, and you can actually see the white ink stirring and circulating. The roll feeder mounts at the back for continuous film, while the prints exit from the front. The dimensions mean it needs a dedicated table, and it's heavier than a typical office printer, so once you place it, you won't want to move it often. The build communicates function over flash, and every external add-on makes sense once you start using thicker DTF inks and film. From my experience, setup was straightforward because the laptop arrived pre-configured. I connected USB, powered on, and focused mostly on ink loading and the initial charge. Filling the tanks is simple, but I was careful with white ink to avoid bubbles. The first ink charge took a while, then I ran a nozzle check to confirm all channels were alive. The RIP on the included laptop recognized the printer immediately, and having a clean Windows environment avoided the driver conflicts I've hit before on my own PC. I use a Mac for design, but I had to export files and transfer them over because this RIP is Windows only. If you're new to DTF, you print the design mirrored onto PET film, lay hot melt powder over the wet ink, shake off the extra, cure it in the oven until the powder melts smooth, then press it onto fabric with a heat press. White ink is the base layer that lets colors pop on dark garments. This bundle made the process easy to learn because I had all the pieces in one place, and the oven settings included in the guide were a solid starting point. I settled around 145 degrees for roughly 2 minutes in the oven, then 160 degrees for about 40 seconds on the press for most cotton tees. Cold peel versus hot peel depends on the film. Mine favored a warm peel. Print quality at 1440 by 1440 is sharp and vibrant. Fine details in small text and gradients held up better than I expected, and the white layer had good opacity when my nozzle check was perfect. Speed-wise, a full A3 transfer took around 10 minutes on my settings, and shorter runs on A4 felt noticeably faster. This isn't a production rocket, but it's steady if you build your workflow around it. The roll feeder helped me run longer designs and multiple small logos in one strip, and I had fewer jams than I usually get with single sheet feeds, as long as the film was flat and the path was clean. Maintenance is the real conversation. The white ink has heavy pigment, so it wants to settle everywhere. I keep a daily rhythm, shake the ink bottles, run white ink circulation, do a quick cleaning, then a nozzle check. If any lines are missing on the test, I clean again before printing real jobs. After I'm done for the day, I wipe the wiper blade and the capping area, clear any ink mist, and make sure the head parks into the cap. Skipping that end-of-day step led to banding the next morning and extra deep cleans that cost ink and time. Weekly, I wipe the encoder strip, it's the clear ruler the head reads for position, clean the pinch rollers, and lightly lube the carriage rail. If I'm not going to print for a few days, I either run a short nozzle pattern daily or flush with cleaning solution. Keeping room temperature and humidity stable helps a lot. I had fewer clogs around 77 to 86 degrees with humidity above 50%. When I stuck to that, the printer behaved. I had a few small hurdles. I had to learn the RIP's layering options for white so I didn't overflood and cause a raised gummy look after curing. I also discovered that any tiny clog in the white channels shows up immediately as faint lines on dark fabric. The only fix was to stop and recover nozzles before running real orders. On the plus side, the included laptop and the vendor's remote support were legit helpful. Having a standardized machine meant they could diagnose quickly without me uninstalling a dozen things. The color and detail impressed me. When the nozzle check is clean, the output looks like high-end transfers you'd buy pre-made. White coverage is especially good on dark cotton, and stretch is decent without cracking. The roll feeder and A3 width give me flexibility, so I can gang multiple designs and cut them apart after curing. The bundle concept is smart. Having the oven, film, powder, inks, and a configured laptop reduced my guesswork. In my opinion, that's what makes it accessible. DTF can be intimidating, but the kit steps around the typical setup headaches. The maintenance tools and documentation are also right there, which nudged me to build good habits. It's perfect for small apparel runs, custom logos, team jerseys, tote bags, hoodies, and even trickier materials like polyester and blends where DTG or vinyl might fall short. I pressed transfers on denim and canvas with no fuss, and the results felt durable after multiple washes. If you keep your workflow tight, print, powder, cure, press, it's smooth. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a complete DTF path without piecing components from scratch, who can commit to daily checks, and who values quality over raw speed. If you're planning non-stop production or you can't maintain humidity and temperature, you might want to look at a faster, more automated setup. But if your goal is consistent, colorful transfers on a wide range of fabrics, this will do the job. In conclusion, the Lancelot A3 L1800 DTF transfer printing machine trades convenience at purchase for discipline in use. The key features that matter: whiting circulation, A3 width with a roll feeder, 1440 by 1440 resolution, and the included Windows laptop and oven, translate into clean prints and fewer early headaches. From my experience, the results are worth it if you respect the routine. Keep your nozzle check perfect, mind the environment, and this machine will repay you with professional-looking transfers that hold up. In my opinion, it's a solid entry into DTF for creators who like hands-on control and want to print on almost anything without pre-treatment hassles. To learn more about the Lancelot A3 L1800 DTF transfer printing machine, please check the comments section. Thank you for watching.